I have two great ministry heroes, one from history and one from my own life, and they are both connected. My historical hero is Charles Haddon Spurgeon. I fell in love with Charles Haddon Spurgeon as a result of the life and ministry and example of my personal hero, my father, who was also my father in the ministry. As a boy, my father every week read Charles Spurgeon sermons. Really, I think my father's model for preaching, textual preaching that takes one verse and considers the implications of the gospel from that one verse, was really derived from his study and reading of Charles Spurgeon. And as a boy, I was surrounded by Spurgeon material so much in my father's discussion of Spurgeon that it really just turned me off. I just felt like it was Spurgeon, Spurgeon, Spurgeon. And then I read a biography as a teenager of Charles Spurgeon. And reading the story of his life and his ministry and his faithfulness amidst struggles created within me a love affair for the ministry of Charles Spurgeon. And I, as a result, had a renewed relationship unexpectedly. And since then, he has been a model of faithfulness to the gospel, pastoral ministry. And not only that, the training of the next generation that he invested in and his care for the poor and the needy, his ministry, not just through his pulpit, but through his pen, are all models for me. Then my father has probably had more of a dominant effect on my life and ministry than any other man. He pastored the church that I grew up in for 40 years. I only had him for the first 16 years of my life before the Lord called him to his reward. But during that period, I was with my father constantly, and he was pouring into me, and I was learning from not only his teaching and training, but by his example, even by how he reacted to things that were happening in his life and in our church, and his instruction and training for me. As the years have gone by, I still find myself benefiting from the model of his faithfulness in one pulpit in 40 years during good days and bad days. His care for the next generation of preachers, his passion for the gospel, his love for the church, and his work for the needy, really in so many ways and in a different context and era, I was seeing some of those things that I cherish in Spurgeon being fleshed out in my own father's ministry. And both of men have had a great impact on how I view the ministry of the gospel of Jesus Christ.